I'm just starting this one over. I had some problems with the connection. So anyway, hopefully this will work out better. But I hope you guys are all having a great day today. And I've been enjoying doing the Facebook Live, so I hope that you are enjoying it too. And if you are, please leave a comment too. And then leave, either a thumbs up or a little smiley face or a heart. And just tap on the screen, and that'll help to make it show up better on Facebook so that we get more visibility. So anyway, I appreciate that. And what I want to show you today is how to make a quick and easy pop-up card. Usually when you hear quick and easy, you generally don't think of pop-up cards because pop-up cards tend to be really complicated and hard. And that's why people don't do it. They might spend hours doing it or even coming up with the concept, but chances are they're just going to make one. So that's the thing, is with this pop-up card you could do many. You could do 5 in half the amount of time as you make the one before. So anyway, I'm just going to go ahead and show you that. But let's see. So anyway, I'm going to use just stamps that I've used that we have on DeNamiDesign.com, and they're really versatile ones because they all go together. So I'll explain that to you as we go. So I'm going to switch over here. Let's see. Okay, I'm going to switch over here. All right. Hopefully you can see my hands now. See there? Okay. I kind of move things around here on my table, so hopefully. I noticed last time the lighting was pretty bad, so hopefully this will help. So you'd think that when you add more lights, then it'd be brighter, but actually it cast some dark shadows, so it wasn't working too well. So I'm going to start off with my go-to white cardstock, and as you see with all the other projects I've done, so much options with that because you can make your own printed paper. So I'm going to start with that. I just fold it in half, so it's going to be an A2 size card. Now I'm going to take my VersaFine ink pad right here, and then I'm going to do a background. So depending on what kind of background you want to do will determine what you use. So I'm going to use this one. It's one of our little flowers. You just stamp it. Just turn it around. Do you see that? So it creates more of a random look. Just like a quarter turn. It just takes a little bit of practice here. So then I'm going to use this little line. It's part of the same collection. So they go really well together. Oops, I missed inking that up, but that's okay. Get this nice background, very simple. And then now I'm going to use another one. I'm going to use this one. This is a solid version of that other one. I'm going to reach over here and get my chalk pad here. I'm going to use this one. Just going to ink it up. This will create a nice background. The good thing about using the chalk pad is it kind of stays in the background, so it won't compete with the other darker images. You just stamp this just in the background, just to fill in the little gaps there. And now you just color it in. So I'm going to use light blue here. And this pop-up card is something that you could do for different occasions. It could be for birthdays or showers, wedding cards. And there's so many options even in that. So just color it in like this. And if you have any questions, leave that in the comments. I'm not sure if I can see it. I'll try. Okay, I don't know that I can see any of your comments. Last time for some reason I was able to get some comments through, but right now I can't. So I can't see your comments right now. Let's see, let's try this. I'm going to write a comment so I can show you that I can say hi. Okay, I'm sending a comment, but I really can't see yours. So anyway, I'm just going to keep coloring this in. But just say hi, okay, and tell me where you're from And when I read back, I could see where you guys are all from. And then also, where you heard about DeNami. I would love to hear, you know, did we meet at a show, or did you just hear about it on Facebook or online? Where did you first hear about DeNami? So that'd be fun to hear. So leave that in the comments. So I'm just coloring this in using the brush tip of the Tombow marker. And I'm using Tombow markers. You can use Copic markers. This one's a water-based marker, so it works well with the VersaFine. If you use the Copic markers, you want to use Memento or something archival like that. It won't, just because if you use the Copics with the VersaFine, it's going to actually smear. So you definitely don't want to mix those two together. So they're just two different kinds of markers, completely different. So depending on what you want to use it for will determine which markers you use. Some people own both, so that's not a problem to have. It's just you can't necessarily use them together. So I'm just coloring this in just to show that it's a little bit darker than that other blue. So I'm just doing this just to give it a watercolored look. Like that. Okay, now I'm going to add a little darker green to right here. Like that. See, doesn't that make a difference? Adding that little touch of green just makes it pop out more. Okay, I'm going to add a little bit of the darker green right to the stem. So just because there's a line already there doesn't mean you can't go over with the marker. It'll just add a little shadow of color. I'll just give it more of an interest. So don't be afraid to try different things. Okay, and then I'm going to add a little shadow. This is different. You may not have seen this before. Even though it's just plain old white there, I'm going to add a little gray hue around it. And then that just makes it pop out. Look at that. I don't know if you can see that very well, but live here, it looks really, in person, it looks really cool. It just gives it an added dimension without taking away from it. You don't want it to get too busy looking, and that's the problem with, you know, creating your own background, is you could make it too busy looking. But our stamps, they're very clean lines, so you don't have too much of a problem with that. I notice I missed a little bit of green over there, so I'm just going to go back to add that here. So here now I've got my background. Look how beautiful that is. It looks like it could be wallpaper or gift wrap. So I'm just going to set this aside for now, and then I'm going to take another cardstock right here, and I'm going to actually going to cut a little piece of my ribbon. I'm going to show you how to make a little band. The ribbon is a grosgrain ribbon, and I'm going to bring it right into the screen so you can see. It's this one. So that would match this quite nicely. So I'm just going to notch it because I want it to be about a little wider than what I have there. So I'm just going to cut this out right here. So I notched it with my fingernail, so that's, if you know, that's easier than having to get a pencil out or a pen out, but you can definitely use a pencil or pen. I'm going to attach this over here, but I'm going to use the ATG gun, which is this, my go-to one. We have it on our website, and if you've been learning a lot on these videos, I'd sure love for you to support the business, because we're a mom and pop business. It's a family-run business, and we've had it since '89. So if you do the math, that's what, 28 years. So now I'm going to just attach it right here. I'm going to make it go off the page a little bit. Hey Mary, I see Mary pop up there on my screen. Okay, now I'm just going to put the ATG gun just across there. And if you've ever, what I like about this ATG gun is this is the commercial one, so it's a 1/2 inch. So that means it's going to be much wider. You don't have to, you can use half the amount of tape that you normally would use, because to equal the same 1/2 inch, I'd have to use two strips of the 1/4 inch. So this one definitely will last you twice as long. So then you just trim off the edge so you get a custom fit every single time. And just look how cute that is. Okay, so that's just one part. So now I'm gonna take the other. So then I have this really pretty stamp. I'm going to stamp that on my white cardstock. My extra piece right here. So get up. This is similar to the one I used yesterday. The one I used yesterday was a kind of a cluster. This one is more of a bouquet. Now I'm just going to punch it out, and I'm going to use this 2.5-inch punch. You just center it right in there. Suits me perfectly for that. Just remove that. I've got my little panel right there. And then what you could do is you can actually either just use it like this, or you can add another panel or a layer beneath that. And I'm going to take my other punch, which is a 3-inch punch. I'm just going to punch it out. The only thing is I normally want to use light blue with that. Let's see. Let me see if I have light blue somewhere nearby. Okay, I'm going to run away for a little bit, and I'll bring back a light blue cardstock. Hold on just a moment. So here's my microphone. Okay, I'm coming back. Hope you guys can hear. Alright, okay, I'm back. Fortunately, it's not too far away. And I don't know if you can hear me when I run away there. Okay, so I'm just going to take this cardstock. I'm going to punch it out. Because I don't have to center anything, I'm just going to punch it out just like you would a stapler. And then you've got this. Look at that. Very easy and looks so professional. So now I'm just going to do the adhesive right here, just 2 little bits right there. Center it right on there. And if you don't have a punch, you can easily just use die cuts. We have circle die cuts that you can do. Okay, now I'm just going to take my mounting tape and just tear it off right here, behind there. And you could do just small pieces. You don't need very much. And you could just place it how you want. I think I'll do it like this. Okay, now I'm just going to color it in. I want it to kind of match the other ones. You could either do contrasting colors of what you have there, or ones that match. So let's see what we come up with. I'm going to start off with some of the colors that are already in the background. Now I'm going to do some greens in the background here on the greeneries, like that, and then right here, and a little bit more here. And notice I'm not really precise. You know, you just want to be able to just freely, almost like painting. That's how I look at this, because I'm just freely just painting about. This is a darker blue. I'm just going to add that here. Okay, just like that. I'm going to use the same one over on the edge here because it's a little darker than what I have down. But for this one, I'm going to add a darker blue than what's there. So it's this one. Simple. Simple but pretty. Isn't that great? It's kind of like almost monochromatic, even though it's not. But it just gives it a nice look. So I'm just going to add little highlights of the dark green here. Just pick out different spots there. And then just like I used that gray to make the other parts pop up, I'm going to do the same thing here. And just go around the design. Just adds a little shadow. Just makes it pop out a little bit, but doesn't take away from it. Almost like a drop shadow, if you're familiar with that term. Like it's sticking out a little bit. There. How do you like it so far? Isn't that cute? So easy. What? How long did it take me? 10 minutes? I don't have a clock right in front of me, but I suspect it doesn't take that long. So now I'm going to use this blue, and I'm going to take my quick glue pen, my favorite glue pen ever, because it doesn't clog up. You know, you have those markers that are out there. I used to use other ones. I'm not going to mention the brand, but it would always clog up, and I would just have to throw it away and start anew, and that would obviously be a waste. But then, you know, you can't really work like that, so just kind of drove me crazy. This one, I've never had to throw it away before it was all done. And the cool thing is it shows up blue in the barrel, so once it's done, you know it's all gone. So you use up every last bit. So now I'm just going to take this, sprinkle it on, and that's just the blue part I put on the blue. Very delicate shimmer. You see that? I'm going to add that citron glitter, the one I've been highlighting a lot, which is a bright one. This will make the other parts pop out. But we also have this one, a lime sherbet, and we also have a lemon sorbet, very, very pale colors, and those will be real subtle, so that won't make it pop out so much. So it kind of depends on the look you want. It'll kind of almost, this citron will make it almost look like fluorescent or just really bright, but it's pretty cool, especially if you don't have too many other bright colors on here. There'll just be one extra thing that it stands out. So I'm just going to put it different places here, and because I can't really see exactly where I put it on until I put the glitter on, I'll adjust it afterwards. So, but you don't have to be precise here either, because the glitter's see-through. If it's metallic, then you have to be very precise. But because this is translucent or iridescent, it won't matter so much. So here is this. We have these on our website, and this is a very unique color. Look at that. That really pops out nicely without making it look too like it's too much. See, there's a difference. You don't want to go too much on anything. Some people just, you know, it's just too much. You know, it could be too much layers, too much color, too much, you know, busyness. But I just like to, you know, have enough, but not too much. So, kind of the understated look, I guess. What did they say? Less is more? Kind of true here. Look how beautiful that is. You know, actually that's a card in itself. You don't have to even do anything more. But I did already promise that this is going to be a quick and easy pop-up card. So I'm going to go into that part of it. But it's all going to match. But look how beautiful that is. Okay, so I'm going to set this aside for now. And then we're going to take another cardstock right here. And I'm going to use this large M scallop circle. It's an M, meaning it's that size. So if you go on our website, you can look up scallop circle, you should be able to find it. So you're going to stamp odd numbers. So 3, oops, I guess I didn't ink that ends up, but that's okay. So just stamp 3 of these side by side. You don't have to use a stamp positioner, but just get as close as you can. I'm not sure why it's not stamping on those edges. Maybe I'm not inking it up. But, okay, now I pushed too hard. That's okay. Now you can see that I make mistakes too. Okay, so now I'm going to stamp this right inside. Look how cute that is. Isn't that cute? And I actually have other ones right here and right here. Okay, so I'm going to fix that a little bit, and that's an easy fix just with that. And it's, you know, I'm just because it's on the video I'm fixing it, but you know, I may not have done that otherwise. It's just not that big of a deal. Once you stamp everything on there, you'll see that you can't really tell because the pop-up part will stand out a lot. So you can do this with any of our circle stamps. Here's a cute one for Easter. You can stamp that in in a row, or you could do just this as a middle one and then 2 different ones. We've got lots of outline ones like this, dotted ones, stitch ones with words, so you can create your own message. Here's one that's really neat. Wishing you showers of blessings, so maybe that's one I'll do. Let's see. Let's do that one there. And then let's stamp the other ones to match the outside. Simple. And then I'm going to stamp this just off to the side. Okay, so look how cute that is, right? Okay, now I'm just going to color these in. So I'm going to start off with just using the same colors. Notice I didn't use a lot of different colors, just same colors or family of colors. So it doesn't have to be complicated, and you don't have to have tons of colors to do these cards. You just have, you know, maybe 4 or 5 markers and you're set for this card. So even getting a set would be nice, because then you have a lot of times they'll give you families of colors even in a set. So the bigger the set, the more shades you'll get. So instead of getting, you know, different colors, you might get variations of the same thing. Like you might get several grays and several blues in the same set. But if you're on a budget, you could just pick out a few colors and then just build on that. So that's always a fun thing. So just work with what you have. So now I'm going to take this darker blue, just add some highlights, accents, very simply and easily. Okay, and then the dark green. Oops, I missed that one, so you just go back and color that in. And it's not so precise where, you know, everything has to be exact. So let me do this. See that? It's not exact. And I could just leave it the way it is and it looks really cute, but I want to show you something else that you could do. So with a really pale blue, you can just go over the edge. I'll just give it, just like the gray created that shadow of color. I'm doing the same thing. You can just go over each scallop if you want, but you know, the point was quick and easy, right? So I made it very quick by not doing every little scallop, though it wouldn't take that long to do, so that's not even a problem. So I'm going to do kind of a matching color here, like that, just like that. Look how easy that is. And this works best if you're using the brush marker, because if I was using the end marker, you know, the pointy part, which is this side, it would be too fine, and you'll have to go back several times because it's just too skinny, and it just won't look right unless you're doing it right up against the actual border. Okay, now I'm going to take my Cricky Blue pen, and let's see where I put it, right here. Okay, just going to highlight a few of those things that I already did. Actually, let me fill this in a little more. And then let's do the blue again. Okay, so here's that. Okay, now I'm going to do the citron. I'm just going to do it on the flower itself. I'm not going to do all the other ones, just so that this one stands out more as the centerpiece. I'll do a little bit on the little green leaves there. And then here's the citron again. Look at that. You can see that that really stands out. Just kind of get the excess this off. So I just, flick it off like that. Because if you don't flick it off, and if it's loose, it's going to come off somewhere. So most likely it'll come off either around you or in the envelope. So I have some that came off on my sheet here, so I'm just going to pour this back in there. Just gets a little messy here. Okay, so now that I have this, and you could actually stamp 2 sets and just save one for the future. So now I'm just going to cut them out, but cut them out together. And for some of you, you want to, you like to fussy cut, which means going in and out of every single scallop. But for me, I'm not about that. So I like to just keep it simple. I call myself a no-nonsense or no-fuss stamper. I don't like to fuss, and that means no fussy cutting either. But for those of you, maybe it's relaxing for you, so that's fine. So that's the thing, is spend time doing what you enjoy. If you like coloring, spend time doing that, because that's very relaxing. But if you like the cutting, then do that. If you like the stamping, then do that part. So whatever you enjoy most, spend the time doing that. But don't spend too much time doing things that really stress you out or you don't enjoy, such as let's say you don't like coloring in, then don't do that. So you want to make sure that the outside ones are folded towards you. So that's why you always want odd numbers. So here I'm going to start it here towards me. I'm just going to cut it. You're going to fold it back and forth, trying to make sure that the middle of the circle is folded. Okay, so I've got that. So now I'm going to put my ATG gun here on both sides. So I'm just putting that on there. Okay, so what am I going to do, you ask? So I'm going to take the card, and depending on how much you want to stretch out and pop out, the closer you go inside, it's going to be obviously tighter together. But if you go like this, right here, and you just close it up, you're going to be in for a surprise. Look how gorgeous that is, and easy. Look at that. So simple. I'm going to show you how you can make it look tighter. And the neat thing about the ATG gun, notice I can peel it off. That's unlike the other adhesives that are on the market that just tear your paper. So let's say I want to do it inside right here. Make sure you close it up on itself and don't place it on both sides of the card. But look, you can do this. So let's say you wanted to do this and make this into a flower. You could do a single ones on the side. Or we have a hot air balloon. You can do that and stamp several of them. Odd numbers, obviously, 1, 2, 3. Stamp the hot air balloon, make that pop up like that, and you can stamp the clouds around there. But look how cute that is. So simple. So the neat thing about the ATG gun is it does peel off initially, but after a few minutes, it'll be permanent. So it's not going anywhere. And just see, if I actually place this there, it's not going to fold right, but you just keep it closed and then just close it up on itself. And look, isn't that amazing? I love this card. So easy and elegant. And it didn't take hardly any time at all. And isn't that why we like stamping, is that we want to create something beautiful but not have it to be so hard that we don't do it again. Okay, I'm going to switch back to the camera mode. So let me go back here. Okay. Alright, all. Let me just move this over. I was kind of setting things up earlier today for a different setup, but it didn't work out very well because the sound was reverberating, so I'm back to this old way. But so far it's been working out well, so I hope you guys like it. Okay, so as a oops, keeps sliding around. Got this little stand right here, but it's sliding. Okay, sorry. Maybe I need ATG gun underneath there. Okay, so this is the card, if you caught me late, that I just made. And just so you know, it is a reverse image because this is mirror format, so everything is going to look backwards. Look how beautiful that is. It all matches. So the same card can be done. You could do it in violet and maybe like a lime green, or maybe you could do it in pink and green, or you could even do bright colors, hot pink, bright like leafy greens and all, and lilac. But look how beautiful that is. These stamps are so versatile. And if you saw my last Facebook Live, you'd know that they all match. I did a little bouquet. I don't know that I have it right in front of me, but it all matches together. So anyway, thanks for coming. Be sure to like the Facebook page so that you won't miss any of the future broadcasts. The only thing is Facebook doesn't show it to everybody, so you'll want to join our Facebook group, which captures everything, so you'll be getting notifications of everything. And we have a blog. I'll be posting this on our blog, as well as we have Instagram and Pinterest, and not only Facebook but also Twitter. So wherever you follow your people, that's where we'll be too. So anyway, please leave a comment. Let me know how you like this. Any tips that you learned, please share that too. Share that with me, what you liked, and also if you've been watching the videos. So I'd like to be able to do more if you're following along. So see you next time. Thanks so much. Bye.